once again for your weekly capsule of health information. We call it your Healthy Dose. And joining us here in the studio once again is Wendy Harrington. Wendy, good to see you again.
Good morning.
Happy Friday.
Yes, long weekend Friday.
Yes, indeed. A lot of people are going to be out. They're going to be playing, and the mercury is going to soar up to near 90 on Monday.
Wow.
So, with that said, of course, with summer right around the corner,
yes,
we got to be aware of what we're doing in the heat.
Yes, we all need to be aware as the temperatures rise. We need to take some precautions about what we do when we're out playing in the sun and the heat. And I know if you're like me, about 4 months ago we said when it was 0 degrees and freezing, you know what, when it gets 100, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to be really happy. Mm-hmm. And some people will be complaining when it gets 100 this summer, sure, won't they? But the thing is, when the temperature rises, we need to be very aware of what we're doing and take extra precautions so that we don't have heat exhaustion or out in the sun. The other thing we also need to be aware of is any kind of sunburns, and make sure that you protect yourself with sunscreen or hats and stay in the shade. But the thing we wanted to talk about today is heat stroke and exhaustion, because like you said, this weekend the temperatures are going to rise. We're not used to it, mm-hmm, and we're probably going to overdo it, and we don't want anybody to get sick. And
add to that, the humidity will be on the rise. And you know, people ask, well, when you mentioned heat index, what is that? Well, that's mm-hmm, that's what it really feels like, yes, on the surface of the skin, the combination of the temperature and humidity.
Right, and when you look at the thermometer and it says 92, you're like, oh, you know what, it's not that bad. I can go out and do some activities outside. But when you put in the different factors that also look at the humidity, then all of a sudden you're talking over 100 degrees, mm-hmm, and prolonged exercise or work in the sun in different conditions can really wreak havoc with your system. So you really want to take some precautions to make sure you don't have issues this summer. We all want to enjoy the summer and not end up sick.
Right. Good point.
Hey, Wendy, what do you watch for with heat-related illness? What are some of the symptoms, some of the things that make you aware that something's wrong?
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of times you can get dizzy when you start you quit sweating, and when you start getting lightheaded and you feel all of a sudden, even when you don't feel thirsty anymore, that's one of the signs that you can be severely dehydrated. And that's one of the things we talk about, is making sure, even if you're not thirsty, because the heat exhaustion can make you to the point that you don't feel thirsty anymore, you need to make sure you drink plenty of fluids. And I don't know if you're like me, I love my soda. Soda does not really count as a fluid or any other beverages. You need to make sure you're drinking water or like a sports drink when you're out in the sun.
Okay, and you mentioned sweating, and it's true that if you do stop sweating, if you're aware of that you've no longer, you're still in the heat, you're still exerting, yes, yourself, but you've stopped, that's a major concern.
Yes, and I know of individuals that have had this issue, and you look at them and they are just getting kind of clammy, and they're beginning to be a little disoriented. Oh, I'm fine, I'm not hot anymore, I'm not sweating. That's when you know, oh, things have gone too far. We need mm-hmm to get this individual in, get them cooled off, get them resting, because one of the things that happens is when this happens to you, your system, it takes a long time to recover. Mm. And when this happens early in the summer, all summer you're going to feel those signs, and you're not going to feel well in the heat. So let's make sure it doesn't happen.
Right. Yeah, very good point. The other thing too is you tend to not respond if you're if you're engaging in conversation. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden you just kind of have this stare, and mm-hmm and you're not saying much, if anything. Because that happened to me when I was visiting my brother in Dallas some years ago, because the temperature got up to 105 in the afternoon. I'm personally I don't mind the heat, but I'm not quite used to it. Mm-hmm. And my sister-in-law kept saying, you got to drink water, got to drink water. We had a cooler in the car filled with water bottles, and that was I didn't partake. She went through 2 bottles, and she looked at me and she said, Rich, you okay?
Yeah.
I said, I need to drink water.
Yeah, and then at that point, it was really a little too late. I mean, and that's the hard part, and there's a lot of things you can do to keep from getting to that point. And as I mentioned, drinking water is one of them. Watch the forecast and know if it's going to be 100 degrees out. Try to get your activities in the morning or the afternoon. Right. Try to make sure that you do take short breaks, get in the shade. And the other thing is to wear lightweight, light-colored clothing. You know, there's a lot of things you can do to make sure that the breeze is hitting you and that you're staying cool. And maybe even limiting your caffeine products and drinking more water. The combination of that will assist, because caffeine does have the tendency to dehydrate you.
Correct.
Well, in drinking more water, I think that everybody should just be doing that on a daily basis anyway. I mean,
Yes.
it's so much healthier to
Yes.
just do that and to just stay on track with that being part of your routine.
It's probably one of the easiest things to stay healthy, and it's probably one I'm most guilty of because I drink too much soda, is drinking water is one of the easiest, most economical things you can do to stay healthy. And many studies show not only the benefits to weight loss or to just keeping your immune system high, but to the issues associated with being out in the sun. So you're exactly right. If all of us can just task ourselves to drink more water all year round,
Right.
we're probably all going to be healthier.
Yeah, it'll help a lot of different issues.
Yes, yes.
And, you know, splurge and buy that water bottle that you see for like $5-8 or something
Right.
like that, and just fill it up. Keep it handy wherever you are.
Bet. Yes.
So-
Yeah. And you know, as we talk about summer, we want to remind everybody about our Hannibal Cannibal coming up July 2nd, and we do that at 7 in the morning so everyone doesn't get too hot.
Yes.
We're there bright and early in the morning to get everything running, and as you finish the course, we have sports drinks and water ready for you. If anybody would like to know more about the Hannibal Cannibal, you can go to HannibalCannibal.com. And again, it raises funds for our Hannibal Regional Hospital Foundation Raise of Hope campaign. So we are very excited. This year we want to have 2,000 participants. So everybody go online, register. If you register by June 26th, you get a discount, and everybody help us out to hit that 2,000 mark.
Yeah, and it's very challenging. It is a fantastic time, and the folks
Yes.
that volunteer and are involved in that just
Oh, it's
have an
fun.
excellent time. And
Oh.
it's right there at the 4th of July holiday weekend, and it's something that everybody should really take part in.
Yeah, for me to look forward to getting up at 3 in the morning to go help with that, it must be a really good time. And I know a lot of the runners get up early and stretch out and get their, ready to come and run with us. So everybody plan on joining us July 2nd, Saturday of the 4th of July holiday.
I got you
Very
beat with
good.
that wake-up call, by the way.
Oh, I know. You have it every year.
2:30 for this guy. Before that, you've got a special golf outing at Norwoods
Yes.
in the middle of June.
It is coming up June 15th, and please put a request in for wonderful weather for us, okay? Because last year was fabulous. You helped us out. June 15th, we have our Shoeless Joe's Celebrity Golf Classic that we bring in Missouri Sports Hall of Famers. We've got Art Still from the Kansas City Chiefs coming back, Tom Hinkie from the St. Louis Cardinals, and we have a great day playing golf with our businesses. For that and the Cannibal, we want to thank our many sponsors that make this possible, and we thank you all at WGM for all you do for us, because we really appreciate the businesses and the individuals that support us. And again, the Golf Classic's June 15th. For more information, you can call our office, 573-629-3577.
All right. We're glad to be a part of it.
Yes, we enjoy it. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Wendy, thank you very much.
You guys have a great weekend.
Thanks,
too.
you too. Drink plenty of water, by the
I,
way.
I will.
Put the soda down and drink water. I should do the same.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you again later. Thanks,
Thank
Wendy.
you.
And that's your edition of Healthy Dose. And again, for more information, you go to hrhonline.org. It's brought to you by Hannibal Regional Hospital and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.